Climate change is recognized as a significant man-made global environmental challenge and also treated as threat to humankind. It has the potential to adversely impact natural ecosystems and threatens food production. The Paris Agreement on Climate Change sets a target of holding the rise in global mean temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, while pursuing efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Recently, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, in its special report on global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius, clearly states that the world has already warmed by 1 degree Celsius. As a result, climate change is already affecting ecosystems, people, and their livelihoods across the globe. Reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation and role of conservation, sustainable management of forests, and enhancement of forest carbon stocks, collectively known as REDD+, is one of the climate change mitigation programs in developing countries agreed under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is UNFCCC.
India, on its part, has played a major role so far as the role of forestry in climate change is concerned. In fact, India has been one of the leaders in REDD+ negotiation at the international forum. It was mainly because of the initiative taken by India and other developing countries that the plus component of REDD+ was included.
Implementation of REDD+ would result in lowering in emission of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases from forests on one hand, and enhancement of carbon sequestration by forests on the other. Besides the carbon capture and storage, other co-benefits of REDD+ include enhanced status of biodiversity conservation, ecosystem services, and strengthening the livelihoods of communities. Forest conservation has been a tradition in India and is amply reflected in the forest policies, acts, and rules of the country. India is one of the developing countries where forest sector is a net sink of carbon dioxide. The Indian Himalayan region covers about 17% of the total geographical area of the country and is quite rich in forest cover and biodiversity of endemic flora and fauna. Major river systems in India such as Ganga, Yamuna, and Brahmaputra, etc., also originate from the Himalayan region. In the Indian Himalayan region, people are largely dependent on forests for their livelihoods. Climate change impact on forests will have adverse implications on the livelihoods of forest-dependent communities of the Himalayan region. There are ample scopes and opportunities for integrating the REDD+ initiatives with the community-controlled and managed forests.
REDD+ Himalaya project, which has been initiated in the year 2015 and which will last in December 2018, has been in a way game changer. IC mode, GIZ, with the involvement of 4 Hindu Kush Himalaya region countries, that is India, Bhutan, Nepal, and Myanmar, have undertaken this project to develop the capacities in REDD+ of the local communities, local institutions, and government departments.
REDD+ Himalayas project is mainly focusing on capacity building, technology sharing, and knowledge dissemination on REDD+ through South-South cooperation.
ICMOD and ICFRE, we have had a very good collaboration under the REDD+ Himalaya program for the last 4 years. Under the South-South cooperation component of the REDD+ Himalaya, ICFRE was able to play a very instrumental role in sharing their knowledge and sharing the experiences in REDD with other regional member countries. And I think it is this South-South learning cooperation that really brought the countries together, and it was a perfect platform to share knowledge between the different countries.
The project resulted in increased capacity of stakeholders at different levels and development of standard knowledge products. Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education, ICFRE, is an autonomous body of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, having pan-India presence with its 9 institutes and 5 centers located in different physiographic zones of the country. Mizoram, one of the 8 states of northeastern part of the country, has been chosen as a pilot state for implementing the activities under the project. Forests are one of the important natural resource in Mizoram and constitutes 18,653 square kilometers of total forest and tree cover. The project started with a project inception workshop organized at Aizawl, Mizoram in January 2016. The project area constitutes of 12 villages of the district Mamit, where main sources of income are agricultural practices, piggery and poultry. Majority of the local communities are dependent upon forests for collection of fuel wood, fodder and other forest products. Bamboo is a dominant natural resource of Mizoram and covers around 31% of its geographical area. Bamboo has major contribution towards the socio-economic development in the state. As many as 34 species of bamboo has been identified in the state, of which Melocanna basifera, locally known as mothak, contributes about 77% of the total bamboo resource of the state. Growth and yield of 5 common bamboo species of the state have been studied for developing biomass equation for estimation of their biomass. A demonstration plot of bamboo for growth and yield study has also been established at Aizawl in Mizoram.
We are studying the growth and yield of this bamboo species, and we are taking data every fortnightly. So the base result we will be sharing with the farmers who are growing bamboo in their fields.
The project has also generated various knowledge products. A study report on stock taking of REDD Plus in India highlighted REDD Plus readiness and state of preparedness for REDD Plus in India. Scoping study for REDD Plus in the Kailash sacred landscape studied feasibility of implementing REDD Plus in the Indian Kailash landscape region.
Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education has played a major role in capacity building of the local communities.
A number of capacity building programs and workshops have been organized under the project for enhancing the capacity of the state forest departments, research organization, universities, local communities and NGOs for implementation of REDD Plus. Training program on modalities of REDD Plus in measuring, reporting and verification, MRV, for local communities and other stakeholders in all villages under pilot project area of District Mamit in Mizoram were conducted. Training manual on REDD Plus measurement, reporting and verification for various stakeholders has been prepared and distributed to the stakeholders. REDD Plus and REDD Plus MRV flyers in English and Mizo languages have also been distributed to the local communities. A workshop on National REDD Plus Strategy and Action Plan for India, Issues and Challenges was organized at Dehradun in August 2016. A regional stakeholder consultation and capacity building workshop on National REDD Plus Strategy for Northeast India was organized at Guwahati in Assam in December 2017. These consultations provided vital inputs for framing India's National REDD Plus strategy.
India occupies 2.4% of the world's geographical area. It supports 17 to 19% of the global population and the cattle population. Despite all this pressure, the forests in the country are being maintained and also showing a rising trend. As per the latest report of the Forest Survey of India on the state of the forest report, India has added 1% additional area under forest in the last 2 years. Therefore, India is on the right path and can rightly be one of the leaders in the world in the REDD+ strategy. I must congratulate ICFRE who have taken the lead for designing a strategy for REDD+ so that we can accelerate the process of carbon sequestration in the forests of the country.
State REDD+ action plans for the states of Mizoram in northeastern India and Uttarakhand have been prepared through multi-stakeholders consultations process. These plans aim to address the drivers of deforestation and forest degradation and sustainable management of forests in the states. Shifting cultivation, also known as jhum cultivation or slash and burn agriculture, has been identified as a major driver of deforestation and forest degradation. In shifting cultivation, a patch of forest is cleared and burnt. The cleared and burnt patch of land is used mainly for the cultivation of rice as a main crop and other subsidiary crops such as tobacco, cotton, chili and vegetables, etc.
Mizoram has a very high forest cover, but in terms of quality, we also have a very high proportion of open category of forest, which needs to be addressed. Now, one of the main reasons for high category of open forest in the state is basically due to practice of shifting cultivation, then prevalence of forest fire, and over-exploitation extraction of forest produce for meeting their domestic needs.
Over time, the productivity of the land diminishes and left as fallow land. This unscientific farming system has resulted in large-scale deforestation, loss of soil nutrient, soil moisture and biodiversity. This has also resulted in drying up of springs as well as depletion of underground water reserves. In the project, strategies have been developed for addressing the drivers of deforestation and forest degradation for the state of Mizoram in consultation with the local communities. Activities like restoration of shifting cultivation patches, introduction of horticultural cash crops, terrace farming, shaded coffee plantation, development of entrepreneurship, employment generation opportunities, and regular supply of LPG can directly improve the living standards as well as economic well-being of local communities in the state and would also be helpful for conservation of forests in the state. Turmeric is grown as a major cash crop by the households in the project villages and plays an important role in income generation activities. A solar dryer for drying of raw turmeric and turmeric processing with cooking unit have been provided to the project villages, which is contributing in income generation of the local communities. Solar dryer has reduced the time taken by the raw turmeric to dry up completely before powdering. Cooking unit has reduced the consumption of fuel wood for cooking of raw turmeric. These modern facilities are motivating local communities to grow more turmeric on their permanent cultivated lands. Shaded coffee demonstration plantations have also been introduced in the community forest lands for providing an alternate income generation activities to the local communities and to reduce the extent of shifting cultivation. Exposure visits of the farmers from the project areas were organized to demonstrate the permanent type of successful cultivation models in neighboring state of Meghalaya. Fuel wood collection from forests have been identified second major driver of forest degradation. Improved cook stoves have been distributed to the local community of Project Village after providing training on the usage and benefits of improved cook stoves. Now, fuel wood consumption per family in the village has been reduced from about 30 kilograms to 5 to 6 kilograms per day.
Coming to la rem toang in ya hey thuk he thuk kan man he thuk kan man na chang hi chuan thing a hek lo hle a ma te chuan ni khata fak som ni vel te kan manga tuna chuan in fak nga vel lekin rong kan bola a thale a save em a chuan hemi ame hi na em a tuite hi so ma em a tha kan ti hle ni.
In order to scale up REDD Plus actions in the northeastern states of India, a REDD Plus working group was formed with its secretariat at Rainforest Research Institute at Jorhat in Assam. The working group is acting as an information hub for REDD Plus in the region.
India has a very strong policy, law and legislation structure which supports REDD Plus implementation on ground. The only thing we need to dovetail is these policies with the framework of the REDD Plus. And the REDD Plus Himalayas project gave us the opportunity to streamline these regulations for implementation of REDD Plus.
The Trans-Boundary REDD Plus Himalaya project gave an opportunity to project partners to work together in the region, to learn from each other's experience, and to accelerate their collective actions aimed at conservation and enhancement of forest carbon stocks. ICFRE, in collaboration with ISUMOD and GIZ, also facilitated the project partner countries to share their experience of project implementation with global audience at the various COP meetings of UNFCCC. Partner countries shared their experience and knowledge on REDD Plus implementation during COP21, COP22 and COP23 of UNFCCC. The project on REDD Plus Himalayas, developing and using experiences in implementing REDD Plus in the Himalayas, has increased capacity of stakeholders at different levels, developed knowledge products, guidelines and action plans on REDD Plus and institutional mechanism for implementation of REDD Plus activities in the region, as envisaged in National REDD Plus Strategy for India.
The Indian concept of REDD Plus is very comprehensive, that addresses drivers of deforestation, forest degradation, conservation of forest carbon stocks and sustainable management of forests. This is what we have negotiated under UN climate conventions and we are attempting on ground through REDD Plus Himalaya project.
All the activities under REDD Plus Himalaya projects are implemented successfully in the state of Mizoram, and learning of the projects need to be upscaled in other parts of the Himalayas.